I want to talk about a player who we've not really focused on much this season. That's Riccardo Calafiori, because he's enjoying a run of starts at left back, if you can even call it left back. I mean, he's popping up everywhere down that sort of left hand side, left half space, number 10, whatever you want to call him. He's just one of a kind, really. I mean, just first of all, have you ever known another Arsenal player, or maybe just another player in general, like Riccardo Calafiori?
I've certainly not known another Arsenal player like him. I don't think. I suppose Zinchenko surprised us all when he first came onto the scene, didn't he? And where he was popping up and the freedom that he had, and he was coming over to the right hand side at times, and we'd always kind of laugh and joke about that. But Calafiori's taken it to a whole new level. The goal that he scored. It was rude to rule that out. They should have just allowed it, even though it was offside. They should have been like, "Sod it, the lines didn't work. Let's just give the goal," because it was too good to rule out a goal like that. But he's making a centre forwards run there onto that. He's just a remarkable player. I mean, that was not a pretty first half against Fulham at the weekend, but Calafiori was just the one guy who could just watch and still enjoy that game because he was just absolutely everywhere. And that goal was just ridiculous. And he had that volley soon after that went just over the bar as well, didn't he? He's playing so well, and he just brings something completely different to this Arsenal team. And when you're coming up against sides who play like Fulham did against Arsenal, that we see week in, week out, you need something a little bit different to try and break teams apart and create space for others. And he is certainly that. He's a remarkable player, enjoying a fantastic run of form. I think he surprised us all this season in terms of just how well he's playing, and probably more the fact he stayed fit so far this season as well. So yeah, it's great. I'm loving Riccardo Calafiori this season. I think he's been a breath of fresh air, and he deserves all the plaudits that he's getting.
And he does, yeah. I think, yeah, looking back to that, what you said about they should have just, drawn the lines incorrectly, that would have been revenge for the Brentford, the Lee Mason incident. I'm still not bitter at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, looking at Calafiori, like you say, the finish was so well taken. And I look back to those goals he scored last season against Man City. That was a cracking goal. Wolves as well. I think quite similar, arriving in that left half space and then going into that far corner. Is it fair to say that he's maybe one of the best finishers that Arsenal have?
Well, he seems to be. He seems to have a really good technique for it. Even the volley that it wasn't far over. It was a really difficult one to keep down, and he did a really good job of doing it and nearly pulled it off. So he seems to be really, really strong in front of goal, really strong, which is good because you need all the goals you can get really if you're Arsenal, because they are a team that share it around. So yeah, I mean, he's right up there. It was when Havertz got his injury last season and before Mourinho went up front, there was people suggesting let's play Calafiori up there, wasn't there, because of the finishes. And from what we've seen from him then and since, probably wouldn't have been the worst of shouts.
Certainly not. No, I mean, I think there is that concern that, looking at the game against Fulham, Harry Wilson did get a bit of joy down that side. I mean, thankfully his finishing was off, and there were concerns that, that could be a thing that Arsenal are, a weakness that is exploited because Calafiori's taken up those positions further forward. Is that a concern of yours as well? Or is the fact that, Gabriel can cover, you've got the back-tracking wingers, is it not so much of a fear for you?
It's not so much of a fear for me. You've got to take. There's always going to be maybe a downside to something, and maybe he does leave a bit of space that can be exploited. But when you've got Gabriel and Saliba, and you've got Timber who can sort of shuffle across and make it a back three, and you've got more often than not Gabriel Martinelli being able to track back and fill into that space. You've got lots and lots of cover there to be able to do it. That's why he's given the freedom that he is able to be given by Mikel Arteta. So it's not a massive concern. I think the positives far outweigh the negatives when it comes to Calafiori. And I think he's miles better defensively than a lot of people give credit for as well. And I think we're seeing that this season. He's so strong, physically strong, fast, powerful. And I think defensively, we're seeing some really good stuff from him this season.